What's going on, guys? It's Nicole here, and we're back for my English 10 honors summary. So as most of you know, if you're watching this video, you probably know what this is about. This is about the summary and my evaluation of myself during my English 10 honors year. This one, I just want to thank my teachers. I want to thank my students for making this year enjoyable for me, as it did really help me improve in my writing skills, and it did help me just enjoy my year in total. Throughout the whole entire video, I'm going to be going over my narrative, my informational, and my argumentative writings, and I'm going to be explaining to you what they were first about, so you get the topic, and then I'll be explaining to you on what I think I improved on, stuff like that, stuff that I could have improved on, stuff that I think I didn't really even improve on at all. And then at the end, I'll be summarizing my reading and how I think I improved with my reading. Alright, so first off, we're going to be starting with the narrative writing. There were a few things that I think I made progress on this year with my narrative writing. One thing, in the start of the year, I had so many grammatical errors, and I was very repetitive with all my words. At the end of the year, I gained much more grammar knowledge, and I also had a way better transitioning from paragraph to paragraph. I think the transitions really helped me lose the repetitiveness as I switched them up each time. In the first writing, I think that I used similar transitions and I used similar words, and improving on my grammar and my just vocab helped me choose different words that were actually way better and sounded better in paragraph. So as you can see here, there's all these grammatical errors through my first narrative writing that I don't really know why I did this. Looking back at it, I feel almost stupid in a way because these are so simple now to me. I don't even have any examples to show you of the improved grammar because I just improved every single piece of grammar I could. However, I don't think that everything was improved on. I think that there was one thing that I could have done better throughout the whole piece of my narrative. I think this thing was characterization. Throughout the whole narrative, I rarely used characterization to describe a situation and help the reader visualize what is happening. As you can see here, I rarely said anything. It was a little bit, I said I was nervous, stuff like that. I could have described the room, what made me nervous, and maybe even saying how I expected it to be, not just saying it wasn't how I expected it to be. Alright, moving over to my informative writing. I think that I made a lot of progress in my informative writing. In the first informative writing, I also had so many grammatical errors. That will be a common ground amongst all of these writings. I will have a lot of grammatical errors. I think there was one thing in my informative writing that was really the highlight of my writing overall, and that I improved on a lot. It was my transitioning from paragraph to paragraph. In my old informative writing, I rarely did anything to connect the paragraphs. It was almost like it was just paragraphs on a paper that could be in any order. If you look at the paragraph, it says, however, wealth was not the only similarity between the two. I then went on to talk about how wealth was a big similarity between the two, meaning the Great Gatsby and his lifestyle. If I had put the paragraph ending in however love was not the only similarity between the two as the last body paragraph, it wouldn't make any sense, because then it would lead into the conclusion. And saying however love was the only similarity between the two makes the reader think that there is another similarity coming up after it. It would just be confusing. In my old informative writings, I really was not good at placing evidence into the paragraph. I would usually have to say something like, on this page, Gatsby said this. I ended up getting really good at just putting it into the paragraph and allowing it to move swiftly through the paragraph, if you get what I'm trying to say there. Alright, now we're talking about the last type of essay. We're moving on to the argumentative writing. So, in the argumentative writing, I think that I improved a good amount, but there wasn't much of a difference between my argumentative writing at the start of the year and my argumentative writing at the end of the year. Outside of grammar, there was really nothing there. I think that at the start of the year, I was already okay at argumentative writing. At the end of the year, I feel like I didn't improve that much. It kind of sucks that I didn't improve. However, there is one thing that looking back at, I think I can improve easily right now by just putting a little bit more effort. I think that the actual counterclaim, the claim I was trying to make, could have been better because I was struggling to try to find the reason why that was wrong. Generally, if that happens, it kind of makes sense that if you're struggling to find out why it's wrong, it's not really wrong. So I think that I could have searched a little harder to find a better evidence to support my counterclaims, or to have chosen better counterclaims that have more evidence to support why it's wrong. Last but not least is the reading. Throughout the year, I think I've improved greatly in my reading ability. At the start of the year, I didn't even want to read the books, and I really did not enjoy reading at all. I struggled to read very fast in my words, as I would stutter a lot. But by the end of the year, not only was I able to read faster and read with less stutter, I enjoyed it so much more. I found a type of book that I enjoy myself. For example, I really enjoyed The Great Gatsby. The Poet X had a form of writing that was difficult to understand, and at the time with my level of reading, it was hard for me to adjust to that so quickly. With Macbeth, I think it was also not as fun to read a play versus an actual real book. I feel like the drama in The Great Gatsby was more attracting to me. So overall, that is my evaluation of my English 10 honors year. I hope that my English language year, the year following, is as good as it was this year. It'll be hard to top, but I think with the right mindset and the right mentality, I think I can improve to a greater extent than I did this year. Peace out.